Hello, 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 Rayan, Raquel, Jason. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Raquel, how's everything
Good,
in
thank you.
Florida?
Oh, it's great. It's rainy today, but
I love it. I love it. I love it. Rayan, are you? I don't believe we can see you right now, Rayan. If you want to go ahead and turn on your camera, you can do so as well. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Rayan, how are you, brother?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing well, doing well, doing well. What's going on? And then I believe we also have Jason. Jason, can you hear us? No, Jason cannot hear us. Jason is getting his microphone set up. Rayan, you're in Georgia, right?
Yes, I am.
Nice. Okay. So actually, I'm going to clarify this in a second, but contrary to popular belief, I actually do not live on a virtual beach. I actually do live in Dallas, Texas, but I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. So I know that Raquel is not too far from Orlando. And we're going to help Jason get his mic set up. Are you guys excited to get this party started?
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I know, Rayan, you got rescheduled. You were like supposed to meet with me like last week, and then we rescheduled you for
Yes.
today. And so we were a little bit all over the place, but I'm super pumped that we got you in today. And I'm super pumped to talk to all of you guys about all of the program resources that we're going to be talking about as well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's go ahead and see. I believe Jason is having technical difficulties. Let me give him a quick call, and then we will get the party started 3 minutes after the hour, and then we will go ahead and get the rocking and rolling. Like I said, I am super excited. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the program resources, as well as talking to you guys about some coaching points. So I'm going to be asking you guys individually where you are in the program, and then going over exactly, Rayan, what do you need to do next? Raquel, what do you need to do next? And kind of go from there as well. So let's see if we can help Jason with this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There he is. Jason, my man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm on now. I had to get on my phone. I don't know why the my laptop wasn't letting me.
All good, brother. All good. Now
Hearing.
let me ask you what you're gonna do, my man. Is you're gonna look at my screen. Can you see my screen on your computer?
Yes.
Awesome. And then you can go ahead and use your phone for audio, so we can go ahead and take it from there.
Okay.
Awesome, phenomenal. So let's go ahead and get this party started. So all three of you guys are, I'm gonna go ahead and welcome you guys. So just FYI, a quick rundown. We got Raquel, she's in Florida. We got Rayan, who's in Georgia, not too far from Florida. The only place that I've been in Georgia, Rayan, where are you in Georgia?
I am in Buford, so I'm near I'm north, like more in at the end of the metro Atlanta area, right?
Got it. The only place I've ever been to is Stone Mountain in Georgia. That's like the only place I've ever been to. I've been to Lawrenceville once as well, so I can't say that I'm an expert of Atlanta.
Yeah,
But
I'm close to Lawrenceville.
nice.
Kind of, but yeah.
Nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then Jason, I believe you are located. Where are you located, Jason?
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky.
Nice. I love it. We got entire crew out here. Like I said, I am permanently on my beach. So that's where I am. No, I'm joking. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and get this party started. My name is Coach Yasin. I am the COO of OFP. But what I want you to know is that you guys are not alone in this journey. You guys also have an entire team of support staff. We've got Jennifer, Jane, Jacqueline, Christina. We've got an entire team of support staff behind the scenes to help make sure that you guys are ultimately successful with this. And obviously you guys have already spoken to this handsome devil right here, Coach Malik. You guys are not strangers to him as well. But I just, like I said, want you to know that you guys will be well taken care of throughout your journey. And we're going to be here to support you every step of the way. The next thing I want to go over here is, I'm not sure how much Coach Malik told you guys about our backstory, but Coach Malik actually ran 5 personal training studios in the Los Angeles area. And then when COVID hit in March of last year, he unfortunately had to shut them all down. And so that's when him and I started NutriFit Wellness, and we added 257 clients in our first 4 months in business. And we were like, damn, we might be onto something here. And so that's when we went out and helped Coach Jamal. He runs Garage Team Fitness out here in Fort Worth, Texas. He did 11 grand cash collected his first 30 days. And then since then, obviously we've had a lot of students and people go through the program and absolutely crush it. So I show you guys this just to show you that the program works, the systems work. It's just a matter of helping you guys be able to do the work so you guys can see similar results as well. Cool. Thumbs up, everybody. We're good. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cool. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and mention is sometimes when I get really excited, which right now I'm super, super excited. When I get really excited, I talk a little bit fast. And so if you guys do need me to slow down, or if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'm going to be asking you guys individually if you guys have a lot of questions throughout this as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we get started though, I would love to hear from each of you individually. I would love to hear a little bit about how did you hear or find out about OFP? And number two is what really motivated you to join the OFP Grow program. And so Raquel, we'll go ahead and get started with you.
Okay, I think it was an ad for the group. So I joined the group, and immediately after, Coach Malik, a friend, requested me and sent me a message right after. So I was like, okay, why not? I think it happened at the perfect time, I think, because I'm in a transition myself. So I've been home. So my husband and I, we own a local gym here. So, and it's mainly him. I'm home with the kids. So now they're all going to be in school this year. They start this week.
Nice.
So I was going through a transition of, okay, what am I supposed to do now? What am I going to do? You know, things like that. And then this came at the right time because I didn't know whether if I was going to go back to work, if I was going to help my husband, I didn't know what. And then this came along, and I've always been intrigued about online. And so it just worked perfectly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I appreciate you sharing that with me, Raquel. And I'm super excited we're going to talk to you more about, how you can maximize your kind of in-person capabilities as well, and kind of bolt on from there. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. Rayan, how about you, my man? What motivated you to join the program, and how'd you find out about us?
Yeah, same. I came across it. I can't remember where I saw it because it's on Facebook. It's on all the social media stuff. But and same thing. I'm actually from Canada, so I moved down here right before COVID hit, and which was fine because I was waiting for all my paperwork and stuff to get through. And it now that it was through, I was actually starting to reestablish my business here. So it kind of was just the right time. And I had a good talk with Coach Malik and stuff, and yeah, it was just, we had a pretty open and honest conversation. I kind of gave him my backstory and stuff.
Absolutely.
In terms of what happened, where I'm trying to go with it. And this is something that's always been of interest to me. And especially as I've been going through this stuff, through the course and everything, with everything you guys have been putting out there, I'm like, this should have been something that was taken on much sooner in life. So
yeah, absolutely. And especially in your case, because I saw from your intake form, you have about 15 in-person clients, and you said 0% of them were online right now. And so kind of in your case, as well as Raquel's, I'm going to be able to talk to you guys about how to bolt on. So that way you can get some easy cash flow very easily based off of your existing clientele. So I love it. I thank you so much for sharing, Rayan. Jason, my man, how about you, my man? How did you find out about us, and what motivated you to join the program?
Yeah, same thing. I saw a Facebook post, and I requested to get in the group, and then I got a message from Malik, and we kind of was going back and forth, conversating, giving him my backstory. I actually own a in-person training gym as well, and I just want to make that transition into online because I'm just kind of burnt out on selling sessions.
Yep, absolutely. 100%. It's kind of like what we talk about, right? Don't trade time for money. And you're just kind of selling sessions. And that's really why I wanted to bring all three of you on the kickoff call today, is because all three of you are actually in very similar situations, because all of you have existing clientele. Jason, I think in your case, you had about 17 in-person clients right now, and you had 0 online. And so you're like, cool, how do I bolt on immediate revenue as well as get new clients? And so I'm going to be talking to you guys about that strategy. So in addition to the kickoff call we're going to go over, which all kind of the admin stuff, the stuff that we got to go over, I'm going to give you guys some specific actionable homework in today's call. So that way you guys can go out there and get some immediate online revenue as soon as possible. Cool?
Cool.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So the number one thing I want you guys to know is that we here at OFP are committed to seeing every single one of our students succeed. And so in order to make that commitment a reality, we have multiple support measures in place to make sure you guys can get your questions answered quickly, effectively, so that way you guys are not wasting time and you guys can go out there and stack cash as quickly as possible. So we're going to be talking about 4 major program resources in today's kickoff call. We're going to talk about the training portal. We're going to talk about the live classes and coaching calls. We're going to talk about the student community, and we're going to talk about the support email. So basically, before you joined the program, you were not an OFP student, you were an OFP prospect. And your line of communication when you were a prospect was with Coach Malik. But now that you're a student, we have a lot more support measures in place. And that's what we're going to go over together here right now. So let's start with the training portal. So has everyone already gone ahead and logged into the training portal at least once? Has everyone been able to get their username and password? Is that a yes?
I wasn't.
Jason?
No, I didn't get the no, I didn't get the email.
Okay.
To, with the password and the login.
Okay, that's what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and send another one to you right now to ask you to reset your password, Jason.
Okay.
If you hadn't received it, that's interesting because the system should have automatically fired it to you. But what I will do is I will go ahead and shoot you over an email, and that way we'll go ahead and take care of that right at the end of our conversation, and that way you'll have it. Okay.
Okay, great.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cool. So let's go ahead, and even if you haven't gotten it, what I'm going to do, Jason, with you, is I want you to follow along with me, and you'll be able to understand what we're talking about here. So everyone, basically what happens is when you log into your training portal, there are two portals. There is your Grow portal, and there is your coaching portal. We're going to hold off on the coaching portal. I'm going to come back to that in a second. But what I want to talk to you about is the Grow portal first. So Raquel, how far are you through the Grow portal right now? What are you on step number 1?
I'm actually at step 3. I've been listening to the strategy calls.
Nice. Okay, cool. The strategy session training, the sales training.
Strategy sessions, yeah.
Nice. I love it. Rayan, how about you? Where are you so far in the training?
I'm actually at the exact same spot.
Oh, dang. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then Jason, don't worry, we're going to get you into it so that way you can be in the same spot as well. But what I want to kind of give you guys the deep dive of is kind of the 30,000 foot overview. So you guys can understand how all of these pieces come together. So the entire portal is broken down into 5 steps. Step number 1 is launch. Step number 2 is get attention. Step 3 is get clients. Step 4 is coach clients. And step 5 is fuel the party. So as you guys have already seen, and Jason, as you will see shortly, step number 1 is all about launching your Facebook group. Now, every step has multiple modules, and every module has multiple trainings inside of it. And so I'm guessing, Rayan and Raquel, you guys have already launched your Facebook group. Is that right?
I have it set up right now.
Okay.
I haven't launched it. Like I was going to go through, at one point you were like, you should go through it multiple times. So I just wanted to make sure I went through everything, set everything up, and I'm just waiting to like get through it all.
Yep.
And then officially launch it once I get a set. I just want to go through it one more time before I put it all out there.
Got it. I understand. Okay, cool. And Raquel, how about you? Have you launched your group yet?
I haven't launched it to anyone, but it is all set up. So I did all of the Canva stuff and all that thing. I just haven't.
Perfect. So now this is what's going to be this is number 1 action item that I'm going to give all of you guys. Okay, Jason, Rayan, and Raquel, what you guys are going to have is your number 1 action item is that within the next week, and Rayan, I'm going to force you to kind of go through this stuff a little bit quicker so that way you can go through the launch, is because you want to get your group launched as soon as possible. And so I want you to take a note of this. This is your first action step of the call, is you want to get your group launched. Jason, in your case, you're going to have to go through step number 1 and get your group set up and everything like that. And then module 4 is going to talk to you about launching your group. Inside of that, we talked to you guys about the launch calendar plan. So we talked to you guys exactly what is the cadence, right? Day number 1, you're going to kind of build anticipation, text message your old leads, text message your old clients, message your friends and family. Hey, I got something coming up. If you're excited about it, I'm going to be launching a group real soon. Would you be interested? A couple of days later, you launch the group. We give you all of the scripts that you need, the text message scripts, what to post on Facebook, what to post on Instagram. We give you all of that inside of training number 4 of module number 4. So inside of the workbook for that, there is all of the training for that. And that's another thing I forgot to mention is that every training, as you guys have already seen, as Jason, you will see, every training has a workbook that goes along with it as well, okay? And so inside of that workbook, we give you what to post on your Facebook profile, what to send in your text messages, how to announce your group. All of that is inside of the workbook for that training. Make sense?
Yes.
Cool, awesome, I love it. Then step number 2, as you've already seen as well, is that step number 2 is all about marketing message and group content. It's all about getting attention. How does Raquel, Rayan, and Jason, how do you guys set yourself apart from Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, Gold's Gym, Peloton, Beachbody? When Planet Fitness is charging $10 a month, when you talk to somebody and they say, my price is $400 a month, how does somebody not say, I'll just go to Planet Fitness and pay $15 a month? How do they not say that? Is based off of your marketing message. That way it's crystal clear what you sell is so much different than everybody else in the marketplace. And that's what clients are paying for. And so all of the trainings talk about that, as well as all of the types of content that you're going to be posting in your group, the content calendar, All of that is inside of step number 2. Any preguntas for me? Any questions for me about step number 2? Good, awesome.
I have
Yes, Raquel, go ahead. Good.
Yeah, I have a question. So once, if I launch it, right? Because I know you have like the content and things like that. So the reason why I haven't launched it, because I wasn't sure, I didn't want them to go in there and then I didn't know what to start. I know we have to post daily. I know we have, I mean, post a lot of stuff and do the live and everything, but I didn't know exactly what yet, which is, I didn't want them to just be in an empty group.
Great question. So what you're going to be doing is the very first piece of content, the only piece of content you need after you launch your group is what we call the kickoff live stream. And that's, again, that kickoff live stream is talked about in module number 4 of step number 1, training number 5. That kickoff live stream is where you just go live in the group and you say, hey, my name is Jason. I've been a trainer for this long and I helped a lot of people. This is what my background is. This is why I'm qualified to help you. I'm really excited that you're in the group and I'm going to be helping you with losing weight, getting healthy, looking sexy. So that way you can be ready for beach, for the summer beach, whatever. Right. And so that kickoff live stream, Raquel, is the only piece of content that you will need. And you can just record that after you accept the day that you accept your first couple people in the group. And then after that, they have that to chew on. And then until then, you can go ahead and go through the group content. You have maybe a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Give it about a week. It'll take you about a week. Go through the group content, understand what that content is, and then you'll be good to go from there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes, Rian.
Yeah, I did. Do we need to have like any kind of, when they're joining the group, and also beyond when they're joining the group, when they're working with us, do we need to have like any kind of like waivers or anything they sign off on? Because if we are going to be giving any kind of, free content advice, even though we're qualified to give that advice or that information, just to make sure that we're keeping ourselves safe at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So in terms of the people joining the group, there's no necessary legal agreement or anything necessary for that. But in terms of when you actually bring on clients, and even just so you know, in the United States, there is no like legalities. Like even if you're not a certified personal trainer, you can actually help people lose weight and get healthy. Because Tina, in order to lose weight and get healthy, just needs somebody to tell her not to eat cookies at 11 o'clock at night and not to eat a pint of Bluebell ice cream when she's feeling sad at the time of her month, right? Like that's what Tina needs. And you don't necessarily have to be certified in order to do that. However, the reason why you want to have an agreement in place is to protect yourself from a financial perspective, to make sure that the client understands who they need to contact in case they want to get, change their membership agreement, all of that kind of stuff, that they understand how much they have to pay, every week, all that kind of stuff. And for that, we have a sales member agreement form that is inside of step number 3 that has already been vetted by our legal team. All you got to do is just download it and you just start using it with all of your clients. So when new client signs up, you're going to have a member agreement form that you're going to have them sign using the one that we already provide for you. And we teach you how to set it up, how to get them to sign it, how to send it to them. All of that is inside of module number 0 in step number 3, sales member agreement form.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question.
I have one more question. So when I launch it and I start inviting people over, we have, with our current gym, a lot of people already follow me, which are in-person members, and they're happy being in-person members. There's well over 100 of them.
Yep.
If they start requesting to join my online, should I accept them anyway, or should I keep it separate? Or
yeah, great question. So yes, you should go ahead and have them in there as well. You can have your friends and family in there. You can have your current clients as well in there, because this is the analogy and the metaphor that I want you to think about. This is your group is like you're having a house party. Okay. And so imagine you got this entire house, that's your group, and you're kind of having this party in there, right? Like Rayon's, jamming it out on there. Raquel's kind of got the music going on. And so imagine now when you get cold people off the street, like people passing by your street, and they see this party going on, and Raquel opens her door and she says, hey, I got this party going on. You should come and join my party. If there's nobody else in that party, it's an entire empty house and Raquel's the only one who's jamming out on there, then basically the people are not going to want to come join you because that's just a creepy lady. That's just a creepy dude. There's no way I'm joining that party. And so the thing is that you want to have people, even if they're not buyers, even if they're friends and family that you know for a fact are not going to buy from you, they are going to provide that social proof, and they are going to provide that commenting and that kind of interaction. And so that way, people who don't know you, people who you add as friends, or people coming from Facebook ads or whatever, it provides that social engagement. So that way they feel more comfortable to you, because if your friends and family and your current clients are all in the house party already jamming out, it's going to be easier for somebody to come off the street and join your party as well.
Okay.
Yep. And so that's kind of the metaphor that I like to say, and I hope that's helpful for you
Yeah.
to understand it as well.
Yeah, that was. It was just I didn't know if I should have mixed like our in-person clients with that, but
Yeah,
that's right.
absolutely. The free group is open for everybody. They can come in. It's just a house party. You're giving value for people. And then that could also be an avenue where your in-person clients start to see your live streams and be like, dang, she's actually providing a lot of value here. Maybe this is something that I want to also bolt on. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about here later today, is how to bolt on in person plus online and what the pricing structure for that would be like. I'll be able to talk to you about more about that at the end of our call as well. Absolutely. Great questions, guys. Great questions. I love it. Jason, how are you doing so far? Any questions for me?
I'm good. I'm just soaking it in.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that is step number 1, launch. Step number 2 is getting attention. Step number 3 now is the A to Z client acquisition strategy. Everything you need to know, sales scripts, sales documentation, how to be able to set up your Stripe account so you can start transacting and collecting credit card payments, how to set up your calendar so that way when you send a link to somebody, they can book calls with you, and that way you can book sales calls. All of the swipe files, the copy and paste, sales scripts, sales training, how to overcome if somebody tells you I don't have enough money, how to overcome if somebody says I got to talk to my wife, all of that kind of stuff, or husband. All of that is inside of step number 3. Everything related to sales is step number 3. Step number 4 now. Step number 4 is cool. You got a client from step number 3. Step number 4 is how do you actually coach that client? Inside of step number 4, we have over 20 hours of training on how to be the best online health and wellness coach on the planet. We give you guys the meal plans, give you guys the workouts, we give you guys literally everything step by step by step that you would need to do in order to be able to take a client who doesn't know what a calorie is, doesn't know what a protein is, doesn't know how to use MyFitnessPal, doesn't know how to track their food. How do you take a client like that and make them into somebody that's coachable, right? We give you guys as coaches all of the training. So we have something that's called a 12-step system. This is going to be your 12-step system from now on. And so what you do is you start a client off. You say, cool, Tina, we're going to help you first weigh your food by hand portions. Then we're going to teach you how to be able to do a measuring skill. And if Tina doesn't master the measuring skill, I don't move on to the next step. Tina might stay on step number 3 for 4 weeks until she measures her dang food on that scale. Once she's mastered that habit, I move her over to MyFitnessPal. And then if she's overwhelmed with MyFitnessPal, I say, cool, Tina, hang out on step number 4. You're going to master MyFitnessPal for 3 weeks. And then after MyFitnessPal, and she's mastered it, I'm going to give her a calorie goal. She hangs out on the calorie goal, step number 5, until she finally understands, oh, this is how I actually enter my food into MyFitnessPal and track my calories and how do I hit my numbers. Then you give her a protein target, which is step number 6. And so you can see you're moving the client step by step by step, so that way they can be successful with their online health and wellness journey, but they can do it for the rest of their life. And that's what's the beauty of the system we're going to be giving you guys, is you're educating the client on how to be healthy for the rest of their life. You guys might have clients that have been training with you guys for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and unfortunately, they look exactly the same way they look when they first started with you. Why? Because after that 1 hour that they're with you 3 times a week, they go out and eat pizza and burgers, and they just literally go eat out everything. And so I tell Tina, I say, Tina, if you really want to get healthy and lose weight, I need you to stop eating those cookies. I need you to stop eating the ice cream. And so now with the online health and wellness coaching system that we're going to be giving you guys are finally able to help Tina lose weight and not just come to you 1 hour every 3 times a week. And so for every single one of these steps in the program, we have a training that is separate for you guys that goes over what the hand method skill is, what meal plan you need to update, what you need to tell the client. Everything step by step by step is included for you inside of step number 4. Oof, that was a lot. Any questions from you guys about step number 4? Make sense? Cool. So when I'm not joking when I say that it's literally a 6- and 7-figure coaching business in a box. It's literally everything you need to do and everything you need to have as a coaching online health coach literally given to you. The meal plans, the PDFs, the workouts, how to set everything up, everything, the messages, everything is given to you. All you got to do is implement it, and you're going to go see that in step number 4. Step number 5 now is fueling the party. So let's say, for example, cool, I got a couple clients, I kind of understand how this online thing works. I really just want to jack this up now. I'm ready to take it to the next level. You're going to do that through 2 things: organic marketing and paid marketing. Organic marketing is growing your network by adding new people on Facebook, adding new people on Instagram, kind of networking, kind of going through there. There's an entire training module on that. Okay. There's over 8 trainings on here on organic growth by themselves. Some of the best cutting edge organic marketing training on the planet is inside of module number 1. After that, you're like, cool, you know what? I got some extra cash. I got about $500 extra. I want to go ahead and invest it into paid traffic. Because how paid traffic works is you invest $1 into Facebook ads, kind of like how you saw us do to get you guys into our program, and you get about $5 back out. Let me repeat that. You put $1 into Facebook ads and you get $5 back out. My question to you is, if you have a machine that you put $1 in and you get $5 back out, how much money should you invest into that machine?
All of it.
Exactly. The answer to that question is as much money as you can find. You find your dad's money, you find your mom's money, you find the uncle's money, you find any money that you can find, you put that into that machine because it's literally a money printing machine. And so that's what paid advertising is once you understand it. So we have 3 modules on here: paid traffic foundations. There's over 14 hours of training on how to be the best Facebook and Instagram marketer on the planet. We teach you guys the funnels, the ad copy, the creative. We give it all to you guys. All you got to do is copy and paste it, put it on Instagram, start getting leads from there. We give you guys the tech setup, how to be able to set up your domains, your Facebook pixels, your custom conversions, all of that. We give you guys as the tech setup, as well as how to be able to launch your ads and manage your ads as well. All of those are inside of the modules inside of Fueling the Growth. So you can see here, it looks deceivingly simple. You're like, oh, 5 steps, cool. I'm gonna get through it in an afternoon. Just ask Rayan, he's still probably going through it. He's been going at it for a couple of days now. And so there's a lot of content in there. And so that's really how it is broken down from there. But I want to take a pause here. Any questions from you guys about any of that?
Good.
Yes, Rayan, go ahead.
So I did want to ask, I know we said, like, when we launched the group, the first thing we're doing is basically just the live, the Facebook live, and we're making the announcement once people are in the group, welcome message. We make the announcement that, hey, I'm going to be going live on this day. That when we go live, we're only posting anytime we're about to go live. That like post before we go live is only in the group, right? It's for the members of the group.
Yep.
And when we do go live, it's only the people in the group that will be able to see what we're talking about and what's going on.
Yes, great question. The answer to your question is yes, they will only be able to see the Facebook live, but then that's what you can do is you can kind of use that group and the wall that you have between the rest of the world and the group as a bait for get other people in it. So let's say, for example, you're like, dude, I just did a live training. That live training was fire. What you do is you post on your personal profile, you post on your Instagram, you text message your friends, you go ahead and just say, hey guys, I got this real fire training I just did. Do you want access to this fire training? Or, hey, I just launched an amazing mini course on how you can lose 6 pounds in the next 6 weeks. Would you want access to that? They say, hell yeah. You go and say, cool, join my group. And so that way your group is the container where all of those assets live. And it's kind of like this nurturing place where you're warming all of those prospects up. So that way they're ready for those sales calls.
Okay. And then the content that we're posting in the group, I know we talked about the what and the why. They're coming to us for the how. Yep. So the what and the why that's not just, I mean, I know video content is much better received than written stuff, but that content that we're putting out, it's not just the Facebook Live that we're sharing the what and the why. We can also be putting up like other posts, like, like you said, small snippets of posts to get people interested. So it could be any basically we get to pick whatever topics we want to discuss, or is that something that will be in the templates?
Yeah, great question.
Yeah,
great question. So yes, so the lives are going to be up to you guys to be able to we give you the training in terms of how to do the live, what to do, all of that kind of stuff. The example, I go through an entire example in the training. It's like a 45-minute training. I go through all of that for you guys. But what you guys are going to do is the lives are going to be contingent upon what you think your group is is struggling with. So for example, let's say Labor Day is coming up, right? September 6th is Labor Day coming up. Everyone's going to have barbecues and that kind of stuff. Let's say the Tuesday before Labor Day, you decide to do a training on like how to not gain 10 pounds eating your Uncle Joe's Labor Day steak, right? And that becomes your topic for your live stream. And so to answer your question is primarily, Rayan, you want to make sure that you don't want to post too much content in your group either, because as I talk about in the training, it kind of gets lost. And your whatever you post in the group is going to stay in the group forever. And so less is more. And so my recommendation is don't post a lot of small posts here and there, here and there, here and there. Make your live stream that you do every single week 25 to 45 minutes, and you will make that your pillar content. Make that you put all of your time and energy that you would put into like 6 or 7 small posts, take that time and energy and just make an amazing live stream. Because what's going to happen is that you do that every single week for 8 weeks in a row. You now have 8 valuable like pieces of content that you can give to people before they get on a strategy session with you. Like, hey, I want you to watch this. Hey, before they get on a call with you, you give, hey, I want you to watch this. Just like you guys saw what Coach Malik was doing, right? He's like, hey, go through this training, go through this, go through this. And that warmed up you guys so that you guys understood us, you guys understood what we're all about, and we were able to build that authority in your head. Same exact process that we did to you guys to get you guys in the program, we're going to be teaching you how you can do for yourselves. Make sense? Awesome. I love it.
So we don't have to post daily or anything in there, right?
No, as you go through the content, Raquel, you're going to see that our recommendation is that you want to be in and out less than 1 hour a week. You should be spending to create content. We're not somebody, ain't nobody got time to spend all day on Instagram and Facebook and I'm not about that life. And that's why we made the strategy all about being in and out, get your most valuable nuggets in, and then get out, go do your sales calls, take care of your family, go out and make money. You got other things to do as a business owner other than making content all day long.
Nice. I have a few questions on that. So when in the group, we have that post, we have that welcome post and the post that you already had us put in there, right? So even though if it's like friends and family, like just to get, do we still tag them anyway on that welcome post?
That's a great question, actually. I would say that in the welcome post, if you want to tag them, sure, you can go ahead and tag them. If they're like friends and family that you know for a fact that won't be interested, I would say probably just skip over the work of tagging them, because the welcome post kind of tells you like, you know, schedule a call with me, this is what we're all about, all that kind of stuff. I would say friends and family, you can probably skip over them.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And then, dang it, I lost my train. I lost.
It's okay, no problem.
Yeah, there was another question that I was gonna
That's
ask.
fine. If you remember it, let me know and then we can go over it.
I will.
Absolutely.
I had
Oh,
one.
okay, I'll let Jason go first.
When we're posting, you said there is a script on what we'll be posting, like kind of like a bullet point.
Yes, sir. So we have not only the content calendar, so we have an entire content calendar. It's step number 2, group content right here. There's a module in there that has about like 8 or 9 trainings. We give you a content calendar. So we tell you, cool, weekly, you're going to post this, bi-weekly, you're going to post this, like the exact content calendar. And then we also give you examples, swipe files, bullet point overview of how it works. So you can see here, this is like a 43 minute training outlining basically a walkthrough on what a successful live should look like. And then I literally over here, we had a coaching call, a couple of weeks ago, and I literally did a live example of a live stream in the coaching call. And so you can watch that and see what that looks like as well. Okay. Absolutely. And then Raquel, what was your question?
I remember. So I think it was in maybe step 3 or yeah. So you were talking a lot about the Stripe. I think that was step 3, right?
Yeah.
So with the Stripe and all of that, we already use Stripe with a system that we already have, right? So should we just continue using our system, or do you recommend we do? Because our system, we just use everything in our system and it automatically.
Do you guys use MindBody or what are you guys using?
We use something called FitHive.
FitHive. Okay, so what you can do is you can do everything inside of FitHive. My only recommendation, this might be the same case for you guys, like Jason, for example, you might have another system you might already use possibly. What you guys want to do is, the biggest thing you want to do is make sure you have a tag that can separate between your online clients and your in-person clients. If you can create that, then yes, you can go ahead and use the same system, but you want to be able to pull a report and say, how many online clients do we have? How many in-person clients do we have? And how many online plus in-person clients do we have? There's 3 categories there. And so you want to be able to make sure that you can pull that report for yourself.
Perfect.
If you like to keep everything separate, I would say just go to Stripe separate. But if you can find a way to separate within the system, then you can use the system as well.
All right, perfect.
Absolutely. Great questions, guys. Great questions. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that is the training portal. We're going to go ahead and check along here as we go along through some of the other program resources you guys have. But that was some phenomenal back and forth. So I loved it. I love it. I love it. So next up, let's go ahead and talk about the live classes and coaching calls. So every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Florida and Georgia time. And I believe, Jason, you're at Eastern time as well, right?
Eastern time, yes.
Gotcha. So for all 3 of you guys, that's going to be at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We have a live class and coaching call that goes on. Okay. Now, all of those live classes and coaching calls are also recorded. So let's say, for example, if you miss one or if you want to catch one later on and you're not able to attend one, inside of the OFP coaching portal, you click on continue lesson. And inside of here, we had literally all of the coaching calls that have been done over the last couple months. And we go ahead and upload those in there if you can't attend any of those live, okay? Now, the format for those coaching calls. The format for those coaching calls is one-on-one, but in a group setting. So it's a Zoom call, just the way that we're on right now. And what happens is you jump on the Zoom call and you will be able to hear other people's questions and see other people's questions. And what we do is us as coaches pull every student on one by one, and we unmute them and we allow them to have a one-on-one conversation with us. And so that way, even if you don't have a question, you can hear other people's struggles, you can hear other people's questions, and you can learn that way. So just the way that when Rayan was asking his question, Jason and Raquel were learning as well, right? When Jason was asking his question, you guys were learning as well. So in the same way, everyone is able to learn through osmosis that way as well. So those happen Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Any questions for me about the live classes and coaching calls?
Nope.
Cool, love it. The third resource that you guys have available for you guys is the student community. Now, the student community is an invite-only Facebook group with all of our top current active students. So inside of this student community, we have people that are doing 10, 20, 30, 40. Yes, we have one student who's even doing $50,000 a month in their online coaching business. Okay. Now, the reason why the student community is so phenomenal is because you're going to look at, for example, Kalen. Kalen's one of our students. He's doing about $30,000 a month right now. He has a little baby boy, Riker. He's a newborn, got born like 2 months ago. And you're going to look at Kalen and you're going to be like, this chump's doing 30 grand a month. What in the world? I can say he's a chump because of the fact that I know him and he's a good friend of mine. But the reason I say that is because you're going to be like, dude, he's not any different than I am. He's a dad, he's got other stuff going on. He's not any smarter than I am. How the heck is he doing 30 grand a month in this exact same system that I'm using? And what that's going to do is it's going to break beliefs in your head about what is possible for you to do. It's going to make you realize that the only difference between you and the other people that are successful is consistent action. This is one of my quotes that I was thinking about this morning, which is that ordinary things done consistently create extraordinary results. Ordinary things done consistently create extraordinary results, okay? And so that's the biggest thing I want you guys to remember is that the only thing that separates you guys and other people in this program is you guys just need to obviously learn the program and then do it consistently. And we're gonna talk more about that here in a little bit as well, but that's the student community. I just wanna confirm, is everybody inside of the student community? Jason, are you in the community already?
Yeah, I should be. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you are. I believe, Rayan, I know for sure is in there. Raquel, I've seen you in there as well. Jason, I'm just going to double check. I believe you are in there as well. Let me just go ahead and confirm in here. Let me go over to members and let me go ahead and search on here. Jason, so I don't see you in there right now. Let me see. We have a couple member requests in here. Let me see. Jason, there you are. Awesome. I see you right there. So I just went ahead and approved your request right now. So from now on, you are in the student community as well.
All right, good.
I love it. I love it. Now, the other thing, you guys, is that I would please ask you guys to keep us posted in the student community with any of your wins. So small wins, big wins, large wins, monetary wins, personal wins, whatever it might be. You close your first sale, let us know. You launch your group, let us know. You were struggling with something for a long time. You're like, dang, I finally understand it. Let us know. We're here to encourage you. We're here to support you as much as possible. And so please let us know in the student community. And we're here to help you with questions and answers in there as well. That is the student community. The fourth resource that we have available is the support email. This is where if you guys have any issues with getting into your training portal, you have any credit card changes you need to make, anything like that, you can shoot us an email at support@onlinefitprosecrets.com. And Jane, who's in our support staff, will be able to get back to you within 24 business hours, okay? Now, this is what my request for you guys is. I would highly request for you guys to please use support properly. Like I talked about earlier, prior to you joining as a student, you were a prospect and your line of communication was Coach Malik through Messenger. However, please pray for Coach Malik because he has so many messages inside of his inbox that he's always like flooded with them, as well as the rest of our sales team and all the front end team that we have here at OFP. And so if you message Coach Malik as an OFP student, he may not get to see your message for a long time. And so that's why we have these support measures in place, so that way you can get your questions answered ASAP. And so you want to make sure that you're using the student community, you're using the coaching calls, you're using the training portal, you're using the support email. That's so you guys can get your questions answered ASAP. And so please make sure that you guys are using the authorized support channels, so that way you guys can actually make sure you guys get your questions answered as soon as possible. So this is what the support hierarchy looks like. Let's say you have a question. Step number one, you're going to watch the trainings in full and you're going to do the work because most of the questions are answered in the training. If Rayan's like, you know what, I still got a question. Step number 2, you're going to search the student community for help articles and solutions to common problems. If Jason's like, you know what, I still got a question. Step number 3, you're going to ask your question inside of the student community, and one of our coaches or community members will be able to help. If Raquel's like, you know what, I still got a question. Step number 4, you attend one of the multiple coaching calls every single week so we can go ahead and help you on there. If you're like, you know what, I still got a question, which damn, that must be one hell of a question. Step number 5, if none of those methods work, you just shoot us an email at the support email and one of our support staff will be able to help you from there. Okay. Now, even though we provide that support, what I want you guys to know is that in the same way that you cannot eat the salad for your clients, you can't do the push-ups for your clients. I wish there was a way to do that. Unfortunately, there's no way that we can build your business for you. We provide for you guys the knowledge, we provide for you guys the tools. And I'll tell you right now, I remember when I started my entrepreneurial journey about 5 years ago, the biggest difference between me making $10,000 a month and me making $100,000 a month was when I started to take ownership of my own results. I stopped waiting for some guru or some coach to help solve problems for me. And I saw the programs that I was investing in as tools, right? So when you join this program, we're giving you a toolbox. And it's up to you, right? Google's going to be your friend. Obviously, we're here to support you. Don't get this wrong. I'm not saying that we're not going to support you guys, but I want you to take ownership because you are going to have hiccups and failures. And so in the same way, right? Like if you guys have kids, when a kid is learning how to walk, they fall down 50 times a day before they learn how to walk. So my question to you is, do you have enough grit to fail enough times so that way you can learn the skills of sales and marketing and online fulfillment and paid traffic? Because until you fail, you will not be able to learn that. And so what I tell all of our new students is that we are in the coaching business. We are not in the emergency business. Okay. That's for 911. And so there are no emergencies in business. Emergencies are like you cut your arm off, you know, your child fell down, something like that. Something like, you know, you can't breathe. Those are 911. Business, there's no emergency problems. You want to take a deep breath and you say, cool. As a business owner, what can I do to solve this problem? What are the resources that I have available for me? What are the tools that I have available for me? And so the biggest thing I want you guys to know, because this is the number one thing that stops everyone to get success in this program, is they get overwhelmed. People get overwhelmed because of the fact that they judge themselves on something that they've never done before. How many of you guys on this call right now, Raquel, Rayan, and Jason, do you guys walk around judging yourselves because you guys are not good at riding a unicycle? Of course not. Of course not. Because you guys have never tried riding a unicycle. You're like, dude, like if I tried and if I actually spent time trying to ride a unicycle, one day I'd be good at riding a unicycle. So in the same way, the reason why you guys are not good at sales and marketing and Facebook ads and organic marketing and all this kind of stuff yet is because you've never done it before. And so in the same way, the first time you do your live stream, mark my words on this, okay? This is being recorded. Trust me, I've done this many times before. I'll put this recording on YouTube and I'll send it to you in the student community, because what's going to happen is you guys are going to suck at your first live stream. You're going to hate yourself after your first live stream. You're going to say, that was the most worst thing I've ever done. I never want to do that ever again in my entire life. And guess what? That's okay. Because you have to be willing to suck long enough in order to get better. Because the only way you're going to get better is through repetition, repetition, repetition. You guys are seeing me go through this kickoff call right now. You guys are like, oh, dang, you know, he's pretty good at this. Well, trust me, I've done this hundreds and hundreds of times. I've been a coach for a very, very, very long time. And so that's why I know this stuff. And so in the same way, when you're trying to get massive biceps, when you're trying to build, you know, anything in life, the first time you learn how to swim, the first time you learn how to ride a bike, the first time you learn how to drive, you probably sucked at it. And so it's all about reps, 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 time under tension, right? What do we say when we're trying to get massive biceps? Time under tension. That's exactly what it takes in order to be good at business, is how much time are you spending under tension? How much time are you spending under stress? How much time are you getting comfortable with being overwhelmed? Okay, and so this textbook that you guys got available for you, okay, this training program is like a master's degree education that's practical. That's not like, oh, I invest 20 grand, I get a piece of paper at the end of it, I ain't made no money. No, 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 no. This program is like a master's degree practically on business and how to make money. And so if on day number 1, when you started 7th grade and your teacher gives you the textbook, you say, oh, teacher, I'm super overwhelmed. I don't know if I can learn all of this today. She'd be like, well, duh, you got an entire year to learn this. And so in the same way, you guys literally have an entire year to be going through this training portal, to be getting all of this into your guys' head. So do not get overwhelmed. I know you guys want to go through the trainings and you know, okay, cool, I got it. But you want to take your time going through it. And maybe you go through it multiple times like Rayan is doing right now as well, because it's going to seep in deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper from Oof, that was my Hollywood motivational speech. If they ever ask you to nominate me for an Emmy, please let me know, or Grammy, that'd be phenomenal. But that's the biggest thing is, like I said, because I'm very passionate about wanting you guys to succeed. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, is that don't get overwhelmed, take it step by step, because it's not reasonable for you to be good at the stuff because you've never done it before. And so in the same way, you guys never ridden a unicycle before. Once I got caught, actually, one of our students actually does know how to ride a unicycle. So I was like, oh, you never ridden a unicycle before, so you probably suck at it. He's like, no, I'm actually really good at unicycle. I was like, damn, got better at that one. But the point is, when you guys have never done anything, you're not going to be good at it. Make sense?
Makes sense, yes.
Awesome. I love it. Now, I do want to make sure that nobody on this call right now feels like this little girl on the screen right now. Is everyone doing okay?
Everybody's good.
Awesome.
I'm good.
I love it. Rayan, you doing okay?
I'm good.
Awesome.
If I was outside right now in the heat, that wouldn't be so bad.
Absolutely. I know, especially down here in South. I don't know how it is in where Jason's at, but I know down South Florida and over here in Texas, everything super hot.
It's a scorcher today. Today is hot.
Absolutely. We're all in the southern states, so that's one thing we got on us. So that's the information on there. The other thing we're going to go ahead and do, guys, is we are going to actually go ahead and also book our graduation call. Now, the graduation call is a one-on-one call that we are going to have around week 7, 8, or 9 of your program. And we're going to basically go, cool, over the last couple of weeks, what has your progress been like? Just kind of touch base, see where you need some more support. So what I want you guys to do for me, please, is I want you to grab your cell phones, and you will notice that inside of your text messages, there is a text message from us that says, please ignore for now. And inside of that text message, there is a link to a calendar. Jason, do you see that?
Yeah, let me see.
Raquel, do you see that? Awesome. Rayan, do you see that? Awesome.
Yes.
So what you're going to do is you guys go ahead and open up that link. And on that calendar, you're going to go over to October. And we have October 13th, 19th, 20th, 26th, and 27th. You want to go ahead and schedule an appointment for any one of those days, whatever day works for you. And then it's going to give you the time. The times are specific to your time zone, so you don't have to worry about the time zone. And I want you guys to go ahead and book a call for sometime in October. And that way we can go ahead and touch base and see how you've been doing so far. Obviously, we're going to keep touch base with you throughout the community and the coaching calls, but this is an additional touch point. And I want you to fill out your phone number, your email address, your name. Make sure you check it for no typos. Just triple check it so you guys can get the reminders properly. And I'll give you guys a minute or two to go ahead and do that. Awesome.
That is done.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Rian. Awesome. Raquel, you got that done. Jason, let me know when you get that done, and then we will be rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it's should be done.
Awesome. No problem. Take your time to finalize that. It should be done, and then we should be good to go from there.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Absolutely, Raquel. Yes.
So I was looking at while creating my photos and all of that stuff, my husband, I mean, I know that you said like to put it on top of our current business, right? So my husband wanted somehow to like differentiate what we're doing, because we do have that, like the Zoom workouts, and we have some of our members that do like the online that way. So we wanted to somehow differentiate this new thing that we're venturing, right? So that way our current clients don't think that it's what we currently have.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about doing like maybe like another, like some type of like name or something, like for example, like whatever health and wellness by Table Fitness or something. Is that okay to do? Is that?
Yeah, so great question. So this is what we're going to talk, and this actually is perfect. Thank you so much for asking that, Raquel, because this leads in directly to what I wanted to talk to you, all of you guys about, was that when you guys bolt on, right? This is called the strategy. You can have your in-person business by itself, right? You got your in-person business by itself, and then you got your remote business by itself, which is your online by itself, right? And can everybody see my screen right now as I'm drawing?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, awesome. So you got your online, and then this is a strategy that is very valuable for people who are having existing in-person clients. This is called the bolt-on strategy. Now, when you do your bolt-on strategy, you got your in-person already, and what you can do is you can bolt on online to your in-person business. So it's an amazing way to be able to upsell clients on there. And so there's two ways to do that. You can either decide that you want this to be another service inside of your existing brand, right? I wouldn't recommend opening another LLC or a corporation or anything like that. Don't do anything like that. That's just messy. Don't do that. Just you can have another product or service inside. So you can have number one, you can have another service inside of your existing brand. That's the first way you can do it. The second way you can do it is you can go ahead and create a separate brand for online. If you wanted to go ahead and separate it, and you can call it, X and Y, Raquel Health and Wellness Nutrition, whatever you might is. And so that would be the same thing, is you can go ahead and call it a separate brand name, and you can just go ahead and bolt it on that way. Does that make sense, Raquel? So it's perfectly fine if you want to have that separation, so that way there's no confusion. Whatever way you decide to do it, it's both the same and they're both equally successful. But here's the cool part about this, is that whatever your clients right now are paying in person, you can bolt on top of that. And what the price point that we've seen work really, really well is for an additional $49 a week, $49 a week, they can get one-on-one nutrition and accountability coaching. Okay, that's what you call it. You call it one-on-one nutrition and accountability coaching. And so for an additional $49 a week, they can bolt that on to their existing membership. And that way they can go ahead and start getting help with their nutrition and help them stop eating cookies at 11 o'clock at night. And they can do all of that cool stuff that is what the online provides them. And that way, the same client, you didn't have to worry about going through a sales progress and all this kind of stuff and convincing them and warming them up and all that kind of stuff. They can go ahead and just do $49 a week, one-on-one nutrition and accountability coaching. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, another question that you might ask me is, how many weeks are they going to be doing this one-on-one nutrition and accountability coaching? And I would say that's a phenomenal question. The answer to that question is you're going to learn it inside of step number 3 when you go into the strategy session. Strategy session is what we call a sales call. Inside of the strategy session training, we talk about how to be able to price your program. Okay, instead of picking a signature program and pricing, asking for the sale. What we recommend you do is we recommend that you guys go ahead and price from the beginning based off of how long the person needs to be with you, based off of how much weight they need to lose. So for example, you estimate, let's say, for example, somebody has to lose 50 pounds. You can estimate on a conservative benchmark that you can help them lose about a pound a week using the online nutrition, health, and accountability coaching that we give you guys. It's going to help them lose about a pound a week. And so their program length is going to be for about 50 weeks. Okay. And so what you can do, and this is what we teach inside of the sales training, is you can say, hey, Tina, cool. So you're already doing in-person training with me. You meet with me 3 times a week for in-person training. Let's have a consultation. We talk about, nutrition consultation, and you say, cool. Based off of you want to lose 50. You lose 50 pounds. It's going to take me about 50 weeks in order to get there. So $49 a week is what we go for. And if anybody gives you a tough time about $49 a week, all you got to tell them is that it breaks down to $7 an hour, and tell them to stop eating Big Macs at Starbucks and start bringing $7 an hour, $7 a day, because that's all they need in order to have a one-on-one health and wellness coach. Okay, so that's a quick tip for you guys. But anyway, so you say $49 a week, $49 a week times 50 weeks. The entire program amount is going to be $2,450. Okay. Now, there's verbiage around this. Obviously, you don't want to just be like, cool, give me $2,450, $2,500 right now. There's verbiage around this in the sales script. We talk to you guys how to be able to sell that. We tell them, hey, you're never going to need a gym again. You're never going to need a coach ever again, because you're going to be at your goal weight and you're going to be there for the rest of your life. All of that is in the sales training. I'm not going to talk about that right now. But what you can do is you can say, cool, how about this, Tina? If I give you a 20% discount, would you want to go ahead and pay for all of that upfront? And so you say, cool, 2,450 times 80%, right? 0.8, which is 20% off. That means that her program price is going to be, if she wants to do a paid in full, we call this a paid in full, her program price is going to be $1,960. So you say, hey, Tina, would you like to save about $500 on this program? She says, yeah, I would love to save $500. Cool. If you want to go ahead and take care of all of that upfront, then instead of it being $2,500, it's only going to be about $1,900. Is that something that you would like to do today? And then just like that, you guys can start closing paid in fulls, and you guys will get about 10 to 20% of the people that you talk to will say yes to that offer. And so you can get $1,900, $2,000 upfront, paid in full, And then that way you have that cash. So you guys don't have to worry about trying to collect it over the course of 50 weeks. Now, if she says, no, that's too much for me. Say, cool. Hey, how about we do, would you want to do half of that? And she says, no, cool. How about we just start with 12 weeks, Tina? Would you want to just do it 12 weeks? Let's do 12 weeks at $49. It's about $480. We'll go ahead and get this 49. It's about $588. And we can go ahead and get started for 12 weeks. And then after that, after 12 weeks, you can decide if you want to continue or not. Does that make sense? Everyone on the same page with me on that? Cool. So that is how you can take your existing clientele, right? You have 10, 15, 20, whatever existing clientele you have. You can say, cool, hey, you don't have to talk to them about $49 a week up front. Remember, the sales choreography is going to talk to you about this. Don't talk about price until the end of the strategy session, always. Because people don't know what it is that you have to offer. So if you just, they don't have anything to compare to. They say, oh, $49 a week, that's a lot of money compared to Planet Fitness. But $49 a week compared to everything that you provide that we talk about in the sales training, that's a bargain. And so you don't want to talk about price until the very end. If somebody asks you, okay, give me a ballpark range, say, hey, every client is unique. And that's the truth. You're not trying to lie to anybody because every client, not everybody needs a 50-week program. And so you're saying, hey, every client is unique based off your diet history, based off how much weight you need to lose, based off your own goals, based on how much support you're going to need. We're going to be able to do that consultation, and then we can kind of create a game plan for you. So that way you can get to your sexy ideal body weight and be there for the rest of your life. Now, a lot of the verbiage that I just talked about is inside of the sales training, so you guys will be able to go through that. But that was additional what I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I'm recording this, so I might throw this into the portal as well because I like this question and I think this is going to help a lot of other students as well. But that is what you guys can do. Now, $49 a week is just a recommendation. We have one student that I was talking to last week, and he's like, you know what? I'm bolting on for $99 a week. I was like, hey, more to you. He does PT for $750 a month or something like that. He has very high-end clientele. He's like, cool, I want $99 a week, bolt on. I was like, hey, whatever you want to price, but we've seen $49 a week is a very, very suitable price point as well.
Yeah.
And so that is how you guys can immediately start getting revenue based off of your in-person clients. And then you can use, obviously in person, you're getting, you have your old marketing strategies that you guys have been using to get your own in-person clients. All of that, you guys can keep doing that. This is in-person marketing if you want. All of that referrals and all that kind of stuff. And then all of the online, that's where you're using the Facebook group, you're using the organic marketing, right? Your Facebook group, right? You're doing organic marketing to grow your Facebook group. You're doing the paid marketing to grow your Facebook group as well. All of that is coming from the online portion over here.
That $49 price point, is that why in one of the strategy sessions, there was a sample for $49 trial? Is that why you went as low as that for that person?
Yes. In that case, like there's something in sales called drop down. So let's say somebody says, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. If you're an advanced salesperson, then you can go ahead and have multiple drop downs in place. And so one of the sales recording examples, we do, I think Coach Malik dropped down to like $49 a week, just a trial. But my recommendation would be like, that was at the point where we had a team and we were onboarding like 50 clients at like a week, and we had like all of this thing. And so we were like, you know what, we make $49 off this person, even if they don't continue, no big deal. But for you guys don't want to take the operational complexity on, because if you guys just have a lot of like low chum clients who are paying you, nickel and dime here, then you guys won't have the operational bandwidth to be able to handle all that, because you're having to deal with sales calls and Facebook group and content and all this other stuff. So I would recommend that don't go very low, have a cutoff point and say, hey, I won't accept anybody for less than $500 up front or something like that. So that way you're not being nickeled and dimed and taken on everybody, because at the end of the day, there's plenty of fish in the sea, and you can just go out there and get somebody who's a higher quality prospect.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question.
And these one-on-one sessions, that's not in the same kind of setup that we have over here, or like the coaching sessions that you guys have. That's legitimately like a one-on-one session that we're having with someone.
Great question. So do you mean one-on-one when you talk about the consultation and the sales call, or do you mean one-on-one nutrition and accountability?
I mean, when we make the sale, like, so let's just say we made the sale, they've already paid us for 12 weeks or whatever it is. Yep. So now when we're talking to them once a week, one-on-one, that's just the two of us one-on-one talking.
Great question. This is a phenomenal question. And that question is actually answered in step number 4. So you actually very rarely ever jump on a one-on-one call with them, because then you're almost trading time for money again. What you do actually, and what we teach about, you're going to learn about this in module number 6, but primarily in the overview, I talk about it as well. It's called daily and weekly fulfillment. So what I talk about in here, you're going to see right here. Let me show you. There's a diagram. Once you get to that section, you're going to see, you're going to have your strategy session over here. You have your strategy session, which is your sales call. Then you're gonna have a nutrition orientation meeting. That's one-on-one, where you kind of, hey, this is your app, this is your meal plan, this is your plan, all of that kind of stuff. And then after that, you have something called weekly fulfillment. And weekly fulfillment, what you do is you record a video. It's about a 10 or 15-minute video that updates their plan based off of the previous week's results. So you don't actually jump on a call with them. You only jump on a call in case of emergency situations. And so we teach you guys how to be able to basically, all you're going to do is every week, you're going to go into the Trainerize app that we teach you guys how to set up. There's a whole setup on how to set up the Trainerize app. And we're going to teach you guys how to be able to record a 5 to 10 minute video real quick. You go in, hey, Tina, what's going on? So cool. Based off of, let me show you how that would look like on here. So I would go into NutriFit Wellness. This is what Trainerize looks like. Don't worry. Don't get overwhelmed. Deep breaths. We're going to show you how to set this up. When you get to it, it's going to make a lot more sense. But once you have all this set up, you're going to have every client is going to have their own backend portal like this. Okay. Trainerize is very affordable. It's less than $2 a month per client. Very, very affordable. Don't worry. We go over all of that in the training once you get there. But let's say you have Andrea. Andrea is your client. You're going to go, cool, Andrea. You open up Andrea's calendar, and Andrea's calendar is going to tell you everything that Andrea did over the last week. It's going to tell you what workouts she did. It's going to tell you how much she ate, all of that kind of stuff. You're going to just record a quick video using a software that we talked to you guys about. That's going to just record you. You're going to say, hey, Andrea, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. This is Coach Yassine. I'm really, really excited for you because last week, it looks like you worked out 3 times last week. You ate your calorie target. You hit everything on point. Really, really awesome. So for this upcoming week, I've already gone ahead and put a cardio activity on Wednesday. I've already gone ahead and put, I'm just putting on random workouts right now in Andrea's program. I've already gone ahead and put all of that on your calendar inside of your Trainerize profile. And so this week, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a cardio activity on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're going to do this. I've already gone ahead and uploaded your meal plan inside of your training portal as well. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you get this if you get this video, and then we can take it from there. Go out there and crush this upcoming week. Boom, just like that. That way you don't have to spend time booking one-on-one calls and what time is scheduling available and all that kind of stuff.
So it's one-on-one in the sense that like this is the video that's designed for them, and the accountability part would come in if had she missed certain things or she's fallen off, then you're basically making sure you mention that in that video as well, saying that, hey, we're gonna, I noticed that you missed these sessions over here, and then
yes, this is a really great question.
Be a script and stuff.
Yeah, and this is a great question. I'm very happy that you're asking this question, because on the weekly you do the plan update. On the daily, you do the accountability. So inside of the portal, underneath, we have right here, weekly fulfillment, daily fulfillment. Within 2 minutes per client per day, you should be able to do accountability for everyone. We talk about that in the daily fulfillment. And we give you guys AM and PM messages. We have an entire database in here that we've already built out for you guys. And you can automate some of this process as well. So all you do is you go into Andrea's profile, you real quick check on her calendar, see if she marked everything off. If she hasn't marked anything off, you shoot her a quick message and say, hey, Andrea, I saw that you missed this yesterday. What's going on? Where are you? What's happening? And so there's a daily fulfillment component and there's a weekly fulfillment component that's all streamlined. So that way in under 20 minutes per week per client, you can do all of that daily, weekly, all of that is taken care of in a very, very, very quick and efficient manner. Does that make sense, Rayan? Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great questions, guys. I love it. This is you guys, this is why I want to get all guys on a call, because I think you guys are all in similar situations. So I wanted to make sure that you guys get your questions answered.
I'm glad you asked that, because I was wondering how I was going to divide all the calls and everything.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why we help you guys don't have to do the calls. You're going to, send them a video and you're going to kind of go through that. So that way it's much easier. And then for 90% of the clients, they're like, cool, I understand what I got to do. I don't got to jump on a call with anybody. I'm just going to execute. And then the Trainerize platform takes control of the rest of it. So it automates things, it sends automatic messages, it gives them a daily to-do list that they need to check off. The Trainerize platform facilitates this. So that way with the online coaching, by leveraging technology, we can be in and out a lot quicker than having to trade time for money on an in-person training environment. And then just FYI, just so you guys know, and this is going to be, I'm going to throw this again in there one more time as well, is that the average owner, I'm going to say this, the average owner of the online health and wellness coaching business is also juggling Facebook group, strategy calls, all this kind of stuff. You guys will individually be able to handle about 20 to 25 clients on your roster. 20 to 25 clients is what you guys can handle as an owner. 75 clients is what a full-time coach can handle. Okay. Now, when you get to that point where you're like, cool, I'm maxed out. Inside of the bonus training, don't worry, when you get there, I'll help you a little bit more. I'm just throwing this in there. Don't get overwhelmed. Is that in the bonus, we have an entire training on how to hire coaches. We give you the interview questions. We give you the qualification questions. We give you the compensation, how to be able to pay that coach. All of that is inside of the bonus. There's a bonus module of that. And then we also give you, there's another module on how to train the coach. So that way the coach can be trained as well. And that way it's very easy for you to, cool, I got this coach, this is how much I pay him or pay her, this is how I train them. And then you guys are off to the races and you guys can scale the company from there as well. This was awesome. This is probably one of the best kickoff calls I've ever had. You guys are awesome. real good discussion. I appreciate you guys asking all those questions. Cool. So let's keep on chugging along here. So just like Buzz Lightyear told Woody in Toy Story, don't worry, guys, we got your back. Just like the little puppy says, you got this. The little baby says, you got this. Morgan Freeman says, you got this. And believe it or not, even Mr. T says, you got this. You know, if Mr. T says you got this, then you definitely got this. Hands down. One of the things I'm going to go ahead and do here, we are going to go ahead and take an honorary muscle selfie together. Don't worry, you don't got to wrist up your sleeves or anything like that. I know all of you guys have 18-inch biceps. We live in Texas. We love to show off our guns here. So I'm going to show you guys, we're going to do that together here in a second. Don't worry, not just yet. But before we do that, I'm going to have you guys give me a quick 30-second blurb about from the moment that you guys found out about OFP, right? You guys found us on Facebook or Instagram, you joined the group, you talked to Coach Malik, you got on the kickoff call with me. Throughout that entire process, what has been the part of the process that you have enjoyed the most thus far? Throughout this entire process that you've been with OFP so far, I know you guys are still going to go through the things right now, but throughout that entire process, what has been the part of the process that you've enjoyed the most so far? And since we started with Raquel last time, I'm going to start with Jason this time around.
All right. So for me, it's the step-by-step following the plan. You know, the way you guys have it laid out, I think it's easy to follow. Once I get into the portal, I think I'm going to play around with it and get the ball rolling.
I love it.
Kind of excited.
I love it. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate that. Rayan, how about you, my man? What has been the best part of the process that the people making noise for Rayan? Rayan, while you get that in control, I'll go to Raquel and we'll come back to you here in a second. Raquel, how about you? What has been the part of the process that you've enjoyed the most so far?
I think just learning. You guys have put stuff together so well. You've done like every single detail and every step. You haven't missed anything. And I feel like I'm definitely getting my values worth of this because it's so detailed and I'm learning things that I could even put towards our in-person business, you know, so just the learning itself, I feel like there's so much value in it.
I love it. I appreciate that. Rayan, how about you?
Honestly, yeah, I think the process as a whole, like just learning everything and then following it up with the call itself. I like the consistency in the message in the whole process. So like I haven't felt like anything is overwhelming. And like I said, it's like things that I would have thought about, like it's all there in front of me. So like, it's like, I guess you guys said at the beginning, you know, like we may have a vision, but you guys have done the work. So it's knowing that like all this stuff is in place and I can see how I can like implement it. Like for me, I work with a lot of athletes, but then the parents, everyone else that's out there, right? So it's like the market and all that, the whole concept. Now I have a way to actually reach out to people beyond just that market itself.
I love it. I appreciate you guys sharing that with me. And Rayan, even in your specific situation, like you mentioned, I think that even for the athletes that you work with right now, that same cadence. So I used to have a health coach. I paid about $400 a month in order to kind of, when I was, competing, and we used to do the exact same cadence. He used to send me a weekly video. This was my update and I could do one-on-one calls with him on an as needed emergency basis. And so you're going to notice that the same cadence and the same, the structure is going to allow you to be able to help your athlete clients as well.
Yeah, exactly. And like, that's one thing, I noticed because like I dabbled with Trainerize a little bit. So when I moved down to Atlanta at the beginning, this is just for anyone that hasn't used it. Like it is, once you get moving on it, the initial setup and stuff may feel like it's a little bit overwhelming, but once you get moving, like I had a whole college team. I was never there. So for a whole, 6 months, I was dealing with a full track and field team with never being in place. I just had someone there to watch over everything for me. And I was just sending all the programming over there. So it'll be cool to see how that now transitions to this new market segment.
Absolutely. I love it. And I appreciate I appreciate you guys sharing that with me. And when you guys get to that Trainerize setup, and this is going to be, I think, good for you guys as well, is that we have an entire 30-minute training on when you guys get to the Trainerize setup. It's like, cool, what is Trainerize? How do I set it up? What is the pricing for Trainerize? Right here, initial Trainerize setup. If you already have your Trainerize setup, Rayan, I'd still recommend you go through this about 30 minutes with a workbook on how to get Trainerize set up the way that our system is set up on here. So that's going to be helpful and beneficial for you. Cool. I love it. Let's go ahead and close out the show here. Let's go ahead and flex our guns real quick. So that way, Jason, I'm seeing double of you. So Jason, I'm going to go ahead and do you want to use your computer or do you want to use your phone?
My phone.
Phone. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off your video for your computer. And there we go. Awesome. So whenever you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get my screenshot ready on here. And we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. I got it. I got it. I got it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Appreciate you guys. That was phenomenal. A couple next action steps on here. I would ask that you guys please take some time later today. Go ahead and drop a post in the student community. Just mention, hey, just got off my kickoff call with Coach Yasin. You know, just introduce yourself. You know, hey, I'm really excited to be here. Just go and introduce yourself in the student community. That would be phenomenal. Second thing is you want to make sure that you take time every day to study the OFP textbook. What is the OFP textbook? That is the training portal. You want to study that regularly. If you're a morning person, do it in the morning. If you're a night person, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Take time out every single day to make sure that you're studying the textbook. Step number 3, you want to tune. Yes, go ahead, Jason.
No, I just wanted to let you know that I still need to get into the portal. So I need the login.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Email.
What I want you to do, Jason, is stick